on campus. We have about 22,000 undergrad students. The rest of our campus is made up of our graduate school and our law school. And we do have a pretty diverse population as well. We have students from all over the United States, as well as over 84 in different countries. I keep saying that backwards, sorry. Some information on what our freshman class looked like last year. Our freshman class was about 4,000 students. And then a breakdown of what the ACT score, GPA, all of that stuff is also on the screen. Our average GPA was a 3.3. Our average ACT is a 23.3. And our average SAT is a 1050. And then over on the right side of the screen, you can see a list of all of our most popular majors on campus. I know a lot of you guys just took the opportunity to come over to my table and get some information. On the first page of that booklet, you're going to see an entire list of all of the majors that we offer at the University of Akron. We have over 300 majors to choose from. So the kind of perk about that is if you're a little bit undecided of what you might like to do, there's lots of different things to choose from. Right now, we're probably most known for our engineering program. We are currently the fastest growing college of engineering in the state, fourth fastest growing in the country. We have some very unique programs within our College of Engineering. Two of them were recently added. It's our Aerospace Engineering program, as well as our Corrosion Engineering program. Our Corrosion Engineering program is actually, at this time, the only bachelor's degree offered in the United States in corrosion engineering. So something kind of cool to look into if you're thinking about going in the engineering direction. We are also very well known for our nursing program. Our nursing students are having lots of opportunities for hands-on experience. We're also very well known for our business program. Business is actually probably what first put the University of Akron on the map. We have tons of really cool ties with some big name companies. How many of you guys have heard of Smuckers? Do you guys know what Smuckers is? How many had Smuckers jelly today? Anyone? Did you have peanut butter? Did you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You did. Or Folgers coffee. Well, Smuckers actually has a very close tie with the University of Akron, and a lot of our students end up working at the Smuckers company. We also have very close ties with Firestone, BF Goodrich, Goodyear, all of those big name tire companies and rubber companies. You can read the rest of the list here. Like I said, these are our most popular majors. One other thing I'll note, our computer science program currently has a 100% job placement rate. How many of you guys like the idea of a job once you graduate? That was a test to see if you guys were all still awake. So if you guys have more specific questions about major, I'd be happy to answer them for you over at the table once we're done in here. So we do lots of things on our campus to help make sure students are going to be successful. Every student that comes to the University of Akron gets something called an academic advisor. And this person is going to be a great tool for you to help you keep you on track to graduate. They'll also be a great resource for you when you're getting ready to do an internship or co-op. And basically, for those of you who maybe don't know what an internship or co-op, it's when you're getting real-world experience towards what you're studying. So a lot of students who are looking at engineering, you're going to have a co-op built into your major. And we do encourage all of our students on campus to do some sort of real-world experience. So what's nice is you're going to have people on campus to assist you with that. We also have learning communities. These are a great opportunity for students who are looking to kind of network with other like students. And this is something you can sign up for when you first come to campus. Usually they're broken off by academic major or some common interest. So for example, I know students, Meta Engineering is a very popular living learning community. We also have a very popular living learning community for our business students. Students who are looking to go into pre-med, students who are looking to go into art. And what's nice is you're going to class with all of the same students. So you automatically have a group of students that you're gonna know and be able to work with. We also have tons of research opportunities. What's nice about research opportunities is that gives you an opportunity to get some experience and put it on your resume if you're looking to go into graduate school, or even if you're looking to go into a career straight after attending college. When I was a student in Akron, I actually had a friend who wanted to go on to medical school, and her goal was to be a psychiatrist. The first week on campus, she actually went and met up with a psychology professor, started doing research with him, and she was accepted into an accelerated medical program. Was done her junior year and went over there. Just because she took advantage of those opportunities we have on campus. And that goes for any major, not necessarily just biology or pre-med. We also have study abroad opportunities. Are you guys all familiar with what study abroad is? Yeah, perfect. So we've had students go all over the world. One of our student assistants in our office actually just spent the summer in Spain. She has a Spanish minor, so she spent the summer in Spain getting acclimated to the culture and the language. I had a friend in school who actually studied in China for a semester. He now works for Goodyear as an engineer, traveling between China and the United States. So those are definitely something to take advantage of if you think that that's going to be something you might like to do. We also offer very personal attention. I know that I said that we are a larger institution, but we do a good job of making sure you're still getting that personal touch. Would you guys say your average class size right now is about 25, 30 students? Yeah? So that's pretty much what you're going to be used to once you're a student at the University of Akron as well. You're going to have an opportunity to really get to know your professors. You're going to have an opportunity to get help when you need it. All of our professors are easily accessible. Most of them will share their contact, I shouldn't say most of them, all of them will share their contact information with you. I even had professors give cell phone numbers just in case we would need any assistance once we got further into homework or if we were nervous about a test or anything like that. As you can see too, the majority of your classes and the classes as an undergraduate student is going to be under 50 students. We do have some lecture style classes, but I think on average a student has maybe between 1 and 4 of those. So it's definitely not the normal at the University of Akron. I kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier, but we do have lots of opportunities for real world experience. That is, like I said, one thing that we really emphasize at Akron. So we have a career center on our campus whose goal is to assist you in getting a job, getting an internship, getting prepared to make that next step in your career. They have lots of different things that they do for our students. They host multiple job fairs throughout the school year where students can go and meet with potential employers and get information, even maybe give their job application or even give their resume. We also have opportunities within the office to help prepare you for that big interview. How many of you guys like to interview? Has anyone had a job interview yet? Do you guys like getting an interview? Yes, you do? Oh, I like that. So what's nice is they'll actually sit down with you and help prepare you for a job interview. They'll ask you questions that you would be asked, and then they'll kind of evaluate you on maybe ways that you could come across as being more professional, or maybe you talk with your hands a lot. That's something that I think I do. But they are able to assist you with that kind of stuff. They also can assist you with your resume. Has anyone had to make a resume yet? Yeah, isn't that fun? No? So what's nice is they can assist you with doing that too. They also have connections with a lot of different companies and organizations that are looking for University of Akron graduates to fill. So it's definitely a great resource for us to have on our campus. We've actually found that 72% of the students on our campus that have done some sort of real-world experience have actually landed a job at the same company that they were doing their internship or co-oping with. I think that's kind of a nice percentage to hear, especially after you hear all these different things about jobs nowadays, right? So now I'm just going to take a moment to talk about different ways to get involved on campus. I apologize that I'm speeding through. I just want to make sure we have time to cover everything. So we have tons of ways for you guys to get involved on campus. One thing that I really emphasize to students that I'm working with is making sure you take advantage of getting involved on campus. And students don't realize that this actually can play a huge role in getting a job because there's lots of different roles that you can be playing in a student organization that companies like to see. Maybe you're the president of your sorority. Maybe you're in charge of of raising donations for our Up Till Dawn program. All of these are great things to be able to see on a resume. So we have over 300 student organizations. I guarantee there's something for each of you to be involved in. We have Greek Life if you think you might want to do a sorority or a fraternity. We have academic-based clubs and organizations. I was just talking to a student earlier who was looking at engineering. We have our student design teams, which is a really cool thing to be able to say you're a part of. They design race cars and different things depending on what facet of engineering you're studying, and they compete against other schools across the world. And they even travel to different countries to race these things or to compete against these other schools. We also have our marching band. Does anyone think they might like to be in marching band or anything like that? Awesome. I envy you. I have no musical ability whatsoever, so I envy you on that. We also have tons of choirs. We have our ZIPS programming network. They're in charge of programming all of our different activities going on campus. So we have different bands, speakers, sometimes we have a magician come, and those students are in charge of organizing all of those events. We also have our AK Rowdies. How many of you guys are diehard Zip fans? I'm going to pretend all of you guys are cheering right now. The AK Rowdies, they are our student spirit group. They go to all of the games and cheer on our Akron Zips. So as you can see, we have tons of ways for you to get involved. And when you get to campus, we also offer opportunities for you to learn more about these student organizations. So one thing I always emphasize when you are looking to go to college is how important it is to take a campus visit. And after today, I think hopefully a lot of you guys will be started in that mindset of trying to make a campus visit and learn more about these institutions you're learning about today. We have some opportunities coming up that I think are really great for you to take advantage of. These are our fall visit days. They're taking place on Saturday, October 11th and Saturday, November 1st. And what's nice about these visit opportunities is it's kind of like a catch-all of all the information you could ever want to know. So on these visit days, you'll have the opportunity to talk with all of our student service areas. So we'll have people there from financial aid, residence life and housing, university bands will be there, as well as athletics. So there's tons of people you can talk to if you have questions about any of that. We also will be doing information sessions on financial aid and scholarships, so how to make sure you're getting the most financial aid opportunities possible coming your way. They have a presentation on that. We also have a presentation on our Honors College, and it sounds like a lot of you guys might be interested in participating in our Honors College, which I'm going to go over here in just a few minutes. We also will be doing an information session. We do a campus tour, and then what I think is most exciting is we actually break off by major, so you can go and hear from representatives, professors, advisors from the majors that you're looking at, and actually tour the facilities of the different places, or different places you'll be attending class and doing your coursework. In addition to, if anyone's thinking about living on campus, what's nice about these 2 visit days is the fact that you can actually visit any one of the residence halls we have on campus. They're all open on that day too. We will have, in the spring, we'll have our senior days. I know we have a mixture of students in here, but the senior days are targeted towards seniors in high school. And those are going to be just an extra opportunity for you to come and take a closer look at the University of Akron. If you find that any of these dates don't work for you, we do offer a general information session and campus tours Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's a general information session and a campus tour. And then if you ever feel like you need a closer look and you want to work more closely with me, I'd be happy to work with you. I am the admissions representative that works with Stark County, and so if there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I'm always more than happy to help. So I want to take some time to talk about the application. Have all of you guys applied? Did I hear that most of you have applied, or some of you have applied? Some of you have applied? Okay, so I'm just going to cover this briefly. The application is available on our website. In addition to the application, we do ask that you submit a few other things to us. We have the need for your high school transcripts, your ACT or SAT scores, as well as the $45 application fee. I have a lot of students ask us, do you prefer the ACT over the SAT, or how does that work? We'll take either score, and we're always taking the score that benefits the student most. So if you scored highest on your ACT, that's what we're going to look at. Some students only take the ACT, some students only take the SAT. So we kind of do this to make sure that we're getting the best look at your student. We take the highest ACT composite score and the highest critical reading and math SAT combined score. Just hopefully that makes sense to everybody. If you have questions, let me know. Once you get everything submitted to us, we usually have a 2-week turnaround period from when you'll hear whether or not you've been accepted. And then there's another thing that you can qualify to be admitted to. That is our Honors College. To be a part of our Honors College, we are looking for at least a 27 ACT, a 3.5 GPA, and excellent class rank. To be considered for the Honors College, you need to have your application submitted to the University of Akron no later than February 1st. And like I said, you're automatically considered for the Honors College if you've applied by February 1st. Some perks to being a part of the Honors College would be that you are considered for some additional scholarship opportunities. You have the opportunity to live in our Honors Residence Hall room if you choose to live on campus. You also have the opportunity to have an additional academic advisor. So I talked with you guys a little bit earlier about your academic advisor. Well, what's nice is the Honors College has their own advisors, so you'll have that additional help keeping you on track as you're going through school. Another thing I want to point out is they do have some smaller class sizes too. They have a little bit more flexibility with their class schedule, what classes they take, and so that kind of makes it nice. You have a little bit smaller classes as well. If you have any questions about the Honors College, I'm happy to get you some information so you can speak with representatives from our Honors College, or I can answer some of those questions for you as well. To talk a little bit about scholarships, we have lots of ways for you guys to be considered for additional aid. How many of you guys like free money? Everybody? Yeah. So in order to be considered for scholarships, you need to make sure you have everything into us by March 1st. And if you have everything into us by March 1st, you're automatically going to be considered for scholarships based off of your ACT or SAT and GPA. Our scholarships range anywhere from $1,000 to $7,500. And they start with students applying with a 3.0 and a 21 ACT. We do have additional scholarships available too. I highly recommend that you navigate to our financial aids and scholarships website. We have scholarships geared specifically off of major, so if you're looking to go into a specific program, we do have scholarships based off of that. We have scholarships that have been given to the University of Akron, so I highly recommend that you look into our endowed scholarships. We also have our Choose Ohio First STEM Scholarship Program, and my two representatives here today, who are going to come talk to you in a second, will give you some more information about that scholarship. We also have our Underrepresented Scholarship. This is a new scholarship to the University of Akron, and basically what it's for is it's geared towards students who are going to help diversify our campus. And it's very broad. It can cover anywhere from students who are first-generation college students to ethnic background. Maybe you have a lot of leadership opportunities. They'll also look into that as well. Maybe you volunteer a lot. So make sure you're looking at that application and taking advantage of it. There's a lot of students I worked with last year that were able to get some additional aid from that scholarship. We also encourage students to make sure they fill out the FAFSA, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to hear about in the not too distant future. So just a summary of our important dates. November 1st is our first Honors College deadline. The nice thing about meeting the November 1st deadline is just if you have your application in, you find out sooner if you've been admitted into the Honors College. Please note that if you maybe don't have a 27 yet, but you're planning on retaking the ACT and you have already applied, if you keep resubmitting your scores, we will reconsider you if you meet the qualifications to be admitted. Does that make sense to everybody? Up until February 1st. The same goes with scholarships. If you guys get your acceptance letter and you get your scholarship award and you're like, man, I thought I qualified for a little bit more money, you have until March 1st to resubmit new information to us. And we're always taking the highest score. So if you end up performing higher, we're going to take that as your highest score. If you do the same or below, we're still taking the highest score that we have. Just to read through this, January 1st is when your FAFSA becomes available. February 1st is the Honors College deadline. March 1st is all of our scholarship deadlines. So if you want to be considered for any additional aid, make sure you have everything to us by March 1st. May 1st is the confirmation deadline. This is a universal deadline across all colleges in the United States. We encourage you to have your college selected by May 1st. And then the last deadline I have on here is May 15th. That is our housing application deadline. So if you are planning on living on campus, that is when you want to have everything into us. And then to cover some information on tuition, I've kind of broken it down for you. And a lot of this is going to depend on whether or not you decide to live on campus. So that's going to play a role in your final cost. Our tuition is just under $10,000. And then we do have a transportation fee. All students at the University of Akron, whether you're commuting or living on campus, do have the option to have a car on campus. So that's kind of what that fee covers, as well as the use of the RU Express, which is our campus shuttle service. It goes all over campus and places just off of campus. So if you don't plan on having a car, this is a great way for you to get around, maybe if you need groceries or anything like that. Books and supplies, that's an estimate. Never in my life have I ever spent $900 on books, but I think it's case by case. So like I said, this is just an estimate. And then the last two costs are going to depend if you decide to live on campus or not. Those are going to be your housing rates and meal plans. And it's in a range because all of them cost different things depending on what you select. So in total, if you're looking to participate in all of those things, you're looking between $21,000 and $24,000, not including any financial aid or scholarships that you may qualify for. So in comparison to other Ohio institutions, it put us right about in the middle. And like I said, if you guys ever have questions about scholarship opportunities, or maybe you have found that you've been offered maybe a little bit more at another institution, but Akron's your top choice, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will do anything I can to try and make it possible for you to attend Akron. I'm not always able to help, but I really do try my best, so please make sure you keep that in mind. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my two colleagues, Martha and David, to talk with you a little bit about our Choose Ohio First program. And again, my name is Brittany Cochran. I do have my contact information up here, but I do have business cards if you want to grab one of those.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Wonderful. I'm so excited to be here with Canton Early College. This is our first time out here. So, very beautiful high school, Potemkin High School. I've driven past it, never been inside. I'm so glad to see students, staff, and parents here tonight on a Sunday afternoon thinking about your future and being future focused. So half of the battle is just showing up. Did anyone have a friend that you texted and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna show up, and they never showed up? Anyone have a friend like that? Okay. Tell them half the battle is just showing up. Being successful, you just gotta be at the right place at the right time, okay? So my name's Martha, this is my colleague David. We're gonna talk to you a little bit about the Choose Ohio First STEM Scholarship Program. We are housed out of the University of Akron. This scholarship money is state money, it's grant money given to different institutions in the state of Ohio. So if you're looking at other institutions, they might have the Choose Ohio First Scholarship, but they might not have the same requirements that we do, and they might not have a program component that we do to support our scholars. The Choose Ohio First STEM Scholarship. Awesome scholarship, wish I had it when I was in school. Does anyone know what STEM stands for? Brittany shared a little bit earlier. She gave you the answers earlier. Let's see if you remember. What does the S stand for? Science. T? Technology. E? Engineering. M? And sometimes you see another M? Medicine or STEM education. If you want to be a math or science teacher, you would qualify for a scholarship. Okay? So what do we provide? We provide students who are interested in the STEM field to study the STEM fields at the University of Akron. Of course, we're known for engineering, we're known for nursing, biology, biochemistry, chemistry, all of those fields, okay? Why STEM? Why do we encourage STEM? Okay, why would we need engineers? Mackenzie, why do you think you would need an engineer? Or people in STEM?
Scientists, doctors,
What do you use to call your mom? Who made that? Say really loud. Engineer. Yes, engineer made the phone. How did you guys get here? How did you get here? What's your name? Caitlin, how did you get here this morning? Who built that car?
An engineer.
Yes. You guys are all sitting in chairs. An engineer built that chair, okay? If you had to go through physical therapy, maybe a biomedical engineer created the machines that you would utilize. Or if you know grandma had to get a new hip, that was designed by a biomedical engineer, which we do have biomedical engineering at the University of Akron. So all of our whole world today, we need engineers, we need scientists, and we want to be the top leaders of our country. Okay, so we want to encourage good Ohio students, hardworking Ohio students and families to major in these STEM fields, because we need more engineers, we need more scientists, we need more teachers going into that field. And that's why I love our program, because it's a win-win for both you, the student, the family, and our great state and our great nation. So when you're thinking about, well, I kind of like math, but I was thinking about going into business, why not explore mathematics? Okay, our assistant director actually has a mathematics degree. He runs our scholarship program. We give over $2 million every year. So he can do that with his math degree. Don't ask me, I have an English education degree, so I'll edit all of our documents. So it's really important. If you are a woman thinking about engineering, yes, we have many women in our scholarship program going into engineering. If you're a young man and you're thinking about going into nursing, yes, I encourage you to go into nursing. We have quite a few young men going into nursing in our nursing program. We need all types of people going into STEM. So our scholarship program supports students who are first generation, low income, minority, women in engineering, men in nursing, maybe you're the first one in your family to go, you don't know what it means to be a scientist. We can help you navigate that, okay? 70% of our scholars are are what we would consider diverse, but we're all diverse, but specifically in women in engineering, non-traditional students, so we have moms and dads going back to school, so I'm not just talking to your son or daughter today. You can qualify for this scholarship if you're interested. We also have veterans who come back to school. We have lots of women in engineering. I always stress that because so many of my young women think they should not go into engineering, which is not true, and we need our women to go into engineering. So that's a little bit about STEM and our scholarship. And David's going to talk more about the supports that we have right after I get into the numbers. Anyone like math or any engineers right now? Do I have any of my math or engineering, pre-engineering students? Okay, good, you'll like this. We have almost 600 students in our scholarship program who are our scholars. And we have over a 90% retention rate. So that means from year to year, we keep over 90%. And we have our 5-year graduation rate. We graduate 84% of our students right now. Next year, it'll probably go up, 82%. It'll probably go up to 90% because 70% of our scholars are engineers. The national average, for those of you interested in STEM or maybe just interested in the topic, the national average for STEM majors, people who start off saying, hey, at 18, I want to be an engineer, or I want to be a nurse, or I want to be a scientist, or I want to be a mathematician. The national average of graduation rates, the 6-year graduation rate for those students who start off as a STEM major and 6 years later get a degree, does anyone want to guess what the national graduation rate is? Can I hear some numbers? 80%? 90%? Oh, you guys are very optimistic. 60%? I heard 43, I heard 50. It's about 45%. So when you're in our scholarship program, we more than double your chances of getting a STEM field if that's where you want to go. And David's going to talk to you about why we have such a high retention and graduation rate.
Let's give Martha a hand. She's the talker of the group. She's so good. I'm not a talker, so. All right. So some of the supports that we have that help with those great numbers that we're really proud of in our program for True Scholar First. We do a number of intrusive advising and supports to help the students succeed and do well in STEM. So one of the first things that we do is we set you up in your first year with a peer mentor. And that's someone who is going to be walking with you throughout your experience. They're also a STEM major, they're an engineer or a nurse, or they're in math, exercise science, or education as well. And they have taken some of the same classes that you've taken or that you're going to take, and they can help you figure out which professors to avoid, which ones that you want to go to, where the best places to eat on campus. They can tell you things that Martha and I can't necessarily tell you because we didn't go to the University of Akron. So they have that inside look that they can really help you transition from high school to college and do really well in your 4 years. We also have academic advising. Academic advising, tutoring. Who's been to a tutor before? Anybody? You all are really great students. It's good that you're using tutoring. I encourage you all, when you get to college, wherever you decide to go, make sure you find your free tutoring on campus. You'll probably see signs all over campus that say, tutor, call this number. It's $5 an hour or something ridiculous like that. There's free tutoring at pretty much any campus that you go to. And I know at our school, we have a lot of tutoring services. For our program for True Scholar First, we have tutoring that's available within our office. So other STEM majors get involved with our program, they apply, and then they become tutors. They tutor you in pre-calc, calculus, differential equations, chemistry, human anatomy, and phys. They're really great tutors, and they're part of our program, so they are invested in your success as well. They also work with you, not only with your classes, but also the social aspect as well, getting you acclimated to everything. So we also have social-cultural events. We have a lot of fun events. Anyone involved in events on campus right now? Maybe you're in football or choir, theater. Anybody? You guys just go to school, just take tests all day? No? Okay. So we have fun too, right? That's really important when you get to college. You want to make sure you're having fun as well. Our social-cultural events, we go to speakers. We have football games that we go to, soccer games. We just played UCF a couple weeks ago. We beat them 2-1, something like that. So really, really fun times. We don't want you to just study. College is really about having fun too. If you're focused so much on your chemistry and your math, and you're in your room all day studying, you're gonna get burnt out eventually. And you wanna make sure that you're giving your mind time to relax and have fun too. So we kind of force our STEM students to get involved in that way, make friends, get engaged with the campus, because that's really important for your success as well. And that's how we're able to have such a high graduation rate for our students, because they're able to balance their lives really well. And then we also set you up with a retention specialist. That's either someone like me or Martha. We have 2 other retention specialists back at our office, as well as our assistant director and our retention assistant director as well, that we meet with you at least once a semester. In your first year, it's going to be more often than that. We want to make sure that you get a good transition into the University of Akron. But we're going to meet with you all 4 years, at least once a semester, to set goals, to talk about what are the ways that you want to succeed that semester and how are you going to do it. A lot of my students say they want to get a 4.0. That's awesome. So we talk about how are